current. Okay. And the next one's to the south. Just gotta hope I naturally walk in that direction. What are you? Oh, I know then, yes. Almost at our destination. We've been waiting for 2 minutes. God damn it, DPS. Who's going to be Ifrit? Ifrit hard though. Okay, so increase XP. See if these are worth doing. Yeah, it does have a 1 minute effect, actually. Does this have an effect as well? No. But that first one's probably worth doing every minute then. Okay, that makes it a little bit more interesting. Cover the nails. I think not killing those nails wipes you. That was my fault. There we go. Wonder how much that got. I'll double check the loot, I guess. Ooh, actually, that level 6... Hang on. That's probably crap, but whatever. Let's check it out anyway. It's not a level 60, it's a level 50 dungeon. But it might look nice. I have Ifrit's Katana, which was the other item. Hang on. That's cool. I mean, it's obviously not as good as the thing I'm using, but it looks cool. That got me, like, yeah, got me closer. Just two more of those, I reckon we could be done. Apart from, now I'm not going to get the experience for it. I don't know how much experience you even get for those anyway normally, though. But that's pretty quick. It says reward, or if it... Yeah. I'm probably better off just doing this, where it will actually reward me. Don't know how much you get, though. Is that the only one I've not done? No, I've not. Yeah, but that's fucking main scenario. I've not done that either. It's a high-end duty. Okay. Do this first. We're here on the other side of the pass is Rauga's Reach. So you say, but all I see are rocks. I presume there's some sort of trick to this. Indeed, a glamour. Good Irish Tola. I take it they have a talented mage in the ranks, mayhap an artificer trained in the modification of glamour prisms. Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Garleans. Oh, before we go, I don't know if Tatara told you, but my friend Nagu, the messenger who came to the Rising Stones, is a member of this faction. So they know us. They shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way, and don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. With a sprinkle of demasking dusk, all is laid bare.
I remember the old stories, how the breaker of worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. Rauga's Reach, a holy place and a fitting home for the resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo. They were waiting for us there, Men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost. For what could be ours again.
Cool. But I can't talk to Conrad because it's a level 60 quest. You forgive us our precautions, but we couldn't be sure who'd crossed the barrier. We'll see you now for who you are, though. Signs of the 7th dawn. Look how much experience you get. Yeah. The promise of a new beginning. Conrad knows the purpose of your visit. Because if I don't give it to level 60, then what's going to happen is it's going to get left behind again. Although there'll be a lot more dungeons for it to roll at 60. Conrad knows the purpose of your visit and would like to give you a proper welcome. Now I know you would not have to come all this way unless you had something important to discuss. I'm eager to hear what it is you have to say. But let's not do this on a doorstep, eh? Come with me. Yeah, it's so massively underleveled compared to those two. Tank. How do I know main scenario? Oh, yeah, I know what they are. Think. Well, there's a higher chance main scenario won't be the really fucking obnoxiously long one. But also it's still waiting for a tank. Right, average wait time is 8 minutes. Main scenario, and people tend to avoid that because they can be obnoxiously long. Because they don't let you skip the cutscenes. Because otherwise people will miss out on the story. Ooh, you know what? We can use this opportunity to dump a bunch of stuff. Okay, trust. How do I want to go over here, don't I? Oh, I forgot about the terrorist Mughal. Okay, that's surely going to help. Some of this stuff I should just sell or get rid of, but... Oh. Oh, there we go. Cast glamours. Ooh, so I could have my my sword. Fuck. Ah, fuck. It's the one that can't be skipped. Never mind. Oh, I'm glad I made a cup of tea. Would have been nice if it was at least like the one from Heavensward. Oh god. Well, fuck. Where is everyone? Okay, no, I'm just blind. You know what? I'm gonna assume that this is actually for doing... Yeah, I think I know what that's for now. I think the top one that has two on is an AoE attack, which I feel like is pretty obvious. But it's for the rotation, because the rotation only does two naturally anyway. I was going to skip this, but you can't. Well, I hope I get a lot of experience from this. This is a weird way to start a brand new game. computer games. This is... Oh. I know, right? Not sure what to say, because I'm just... I'm well beyond this content now. It's a blast from the past. I understand why you do it. It's really nice the first time you go through that dickheads can't skip this and do the fights when you're trying to watch a really long cutscene. But obviously, it's really horrible for everyone else involved. Like, there basically are no really long cutscenes outside of it. I got a bit unlucky that this is the one that dropped. And sometimes I've done this and people just immediately fuck off because then they don't want to invest that amount of time. What time is it? It's quite early. Where's my watch? I put my watch somewhere silly, didn't I? Why did I put my watch somewhere silly? I mean, I'd look on my phone, but that... I mean, I could cut this out, right? Just look on my phone, but like... I mean... There's not really great viewership, but like, I'm not talking either. Oh, look, we almost have the boss ready, though. It's just an Iron Giant. Oh, there's Iron Giants. You know what? Because I won't be bothered. I'll be too lazy to cut this out. I might cut this out actually, because it's a long time to wait for nothing to happen. And just me going, there's nothing to do. But I just, you know, I'll probably forget because we're on like the 10th stream. Anyway, it's Colossus. So I reckon the whole point of the single one is to put the single dot on him once a minute. And then you go and do threes. And that's the most efficient way to play. Probably shouldn't be standing on each other. Okay, let's read what it does. Open wounds are bleeding, causing damage over time. It's a damage. It's a dot. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Lovely. Donk. You're just gonna go without a tank? Oh, it's this again. I never know how to do the big move. How do I actually shoot it? Okay, I'm gonna look this up because it was annoying me so much that I don't know how to shoot this big gun. I'm getting the fuck out, don't I? Probably shouldn't have got off, to be honest. Has he gone back to get his? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I probably should have done it for this, but yeah, I just don't know how to do the big gun. I was fine with free. No, I totally wasn't the mech. So I've heard they've cancelled Miqo'te's gacha game. Would like them for him to make a near 3. That'd be lovely. Or any. Though I did play Voice of the Cards. I haven't played any more of that, have I? It was a nice chill game though. Oh, you know what? Google Final Fantasy. How do I shoot the AoE attacks in tanks?
Here's what I found.
No. Google Final Fantasy 14. How do I use the attacks when I'm in a mech?
I found this on the web.
No, I'm gonna need to look on the PC for that. Oh, we're not even halfway through. Google Final Fantasy 14 Walker controls.
I found this on the web.
No, I need the... Oh, I don't know what they're called. Specifically, there's move... aiming attacks. Can't skip through any of this, so... Yeah, oh, hello. Yeah, I did, I press, so, let's say it gives me triangle and circle. And if I press circle, it does a shooting attack. I understand that, but if I press triangle, it puts an aiming reticle, and I don't know how to shoot. Because if I press it again, it does nothing, and if I press any other button... Huh. Yeah, but so I'm pressing the action bar button, but all it does is put the aiming thing out, but it doesn't shoot from the aiming thing. Well, maybe it's one of the triggers then. And it doesn't put the controls on the screen. Yeah, Magitech armor. Well, I'll tell you what. Okay. Google Final Fantasy XIV Magitech armor aiming on a controller.
I found this on the web.
Because I'm just sitting here doing nothing otherwise. It's not like I can hurry this along. See, the fact that, like, nobody else has asked this question makes me think I'm just, like, missing something obvious. Okay. Ah, hang on. Final. It turns out Google, the phone doesn't understand the Magitech as a word. And to see. Right, shoot. Aimed attacks in Okay, I have found things that look relevant, but it looks like a fight's about to start. Okay, what's left click on a controller? Maybe that's what I should be looking up. Because, yeah, I'm missing the shoot button. Also, hello, Bonzo. John, that's already up. It's going to tell her. There we go. Aim with your right stick and confirm with X. But that doesn't make any sense because X is one of the 4 choices. Alright, well thank you for joining me briefly. But yeah, I'm not the first person to ask, thankfully. Okay, I was going to click then, but you can't do it. Okay. Hey guys, I recently switched from K&M to controller since I'm used to it already, and I noticed I can't use certain abilities that use ground targeting, such as Tsukuchi on Ninja and AoE Blast on cannons and Magitech armors. By the way, aiming isn't the problem, it's actually firing off the ability that I can't do. Any suggestions? Okay. I think you need to release the left or right trigger and press A. Oh, double pressing the ability button doesn't work. You have to release the left or right trigger and press A. What's A? Yeah, it is. Alright, I'm glad it's something weird because of the controller. Yeah.
Control panel. It'll be somewhere nearby.
Oh, it's his old voice.
Take the lid down, and you should find yourself in the chamber of the ultimate weapon.
You need to release the left or right trigger, then press A. Oh, so you have to okay, I think I know what that means.
Keep your eyes peeled. Gaius could be waiting for you down there. Oh, and don't even think about dying. You're too bloody useful. The interference is getting worse. I don't think the connection lost much.
Tell me, for whom do you fight?
That's my cup of tea.
Do you believe in Eorzea? Eorzea's unity is
Is it his
forged
wall?
of falsehoods. Its city-states are built on deceit.
Or his family's wall.
Is an instrument of deception. It is not but a cobweb of lies. To believe in Eorzea is to believe in nothing. In Eorzea, the beast tribes often summon gods to fight in their stead, though your comrades only rarely respond in kind. Which is strange, is it not?
I mean, that's not true. It's a bloody Shinryu who just got summoned.
12 otherwise engaged. I was given to understand they were your protectors. If you truly believe them your guardians, why do you not repeat the trick that served you so well in Cartano and call them down? They will answer, so long as you lavish them with crystals and gorge them on ether.
I'm assuming that does eventually happen.
Your gods are no different from those of the beasts. Icons, every one. Except but this.
So he's explicitly not wrong here.
Is bleeding the land dry. Nor is this unknown to your masters, which prompts the question, why do they cling to these false deities? What drives even men of learning, even the great Louis Soir, to grovel at their
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been able to use the mount abilities for the same reason.
The answer? Your masters lack the strength to do otherwise. For the world of man to mean anything, man must own the world. To this end, he hath fought ever to raise himself through conflict, to grow rich through conquest. And when the dust of battle settles, it is ever the strong who dictate the fate of the weak. Knowing this, but a single path is open to the infinite ruler, that of false worship, a path which leads to innovation and death.
You want innovation, not innovation. That's what I say.
Can rightly steer the course of civilization, and in this land of creeping mendacity, that one truth will prove its salvation.
Yeah, so I think you hold down right trigger, select the ability on the thing, let go of right trigger, then press X, and I think I'll do it.
Face me. Your defeat shall serve as proof.
But I don't know how you'd use the mount abilities, because there is no left click. If I press X, it will just jump.
I should take your realm, for none among you has the power to stop
I'll check though.
me.
Yeah, X is just select. No need. Okay. Okay, I've gotten quite a lot of experience as samurai, I think, in this dungeon though. I better be fucking generous, this particular one. Probably should have helped the other guy. Do it quicker. Second lanes. Level up, lovely. There we go. I'm so very tempted to just quit the dungeon. That'd be a dick move to everyone else. Oh, you can skip these. Hang on.
Yet, you lack the resolve to put it to proper.
There we go. Face of true evil. Hang on. No, we did this one already. Yeah, that's a big chunk of experience. Oh, and hopefully we can put on some armor as well. Cool. It's already a massive improvement. Don't worry about either of those, John. Oh, I put all my cool stuff away, didn't I? Ah, I did have it all. I put it all away. Oh, I can still do this. Okay, that kind of looks silly though. That looks rubbish. There's no reason not to get it all away. I'm still wearing the hat of the Red Thief. Oh, hang on, I could have... No, it looked rubbish, but... Oh, now I can't afford it. Now we're Samurai Bunny. Ooh. It's a pretty cool sword. I want to go to the broom. Blimey, that took more than 360 degrees to find. Had we just walked, I'm sure. Hang on, just because can't use it here. I'm guessing it's up there. Nosy go. What do I get out of this? Meditate. Gradually increases your Kenki gauge. Cool. Reverse situation. Most Sides disappeared from his inner room. He's in no shape to be up and about. That he left without even taking a medicine. Weakened as he is, though. Can't have gone far away. He's somewhere in the city still. Let's split up and go find him. The other reason is because Samurai gets his own armor, whereas Dancer is shared with Bard, and you know, it's less fun. Not in the area. Found him. At last we are alone. Good, good. The remedies of the land aren't to my liking, I'm afraid. Fortunately, I brought with me a potent draught from the Far East. Restores one's vigour for a time. And while its effects last, there's work to do. I explained to you earlier. I came to Heir's ear for two purposes. First was to find and train a worthy pupil. The second was to find and punish the fugitive Kogarashi. However, I had yet to tell you of his crime. He do a murder. It's always a murder, isn't it? Kogarashi's crime was to create a killer. The pupil went on a... Oh, okay, killing spree, cutting down numerous Hingan dignitaries one after another. In my land, the master is held accountable for the deeds of the pupil, and Kogarashi's hands were deemed no less bloody than the murderers. As for his punishment, he was ordered to commit Sudoku, atonement by... yeah. I know, like, it's like a joke everyone makes, but it's whatever. Made it. Mahak. Atonement by ritual suicide. By desiring to live, Kogarashi forsook his honour and fled here to Heir's ear. Made it right, pigs are here of it. That he should thrive in spite of all the deaths he caused is an affront to the very spirit of a samurai. It is unforgivable. He cannot go unpunished. Try as I might to render justice, as is my duty, I could not defeat him. Countless times I tried, but I always faltered. Do you know, you have grown tremendously since you first began walking our path. As strong as you become, I'm confident you can face Kogarashi on equal standing. It's your final trial. Find Kogarashi, defeat him. There's no reason why the dances is like absurdly strong. It's like some of these make sense, and some of these are just like, nope, you're dancing out, and you're amazing. You're level 60. Your training as samurai shall be complete. Like the bard one at least has a logic to it. Kogarashi makes his lair in the Western Highlands of Kurzarus. Do they sell curs? At a place called Twin Falls. That is set off, but as you make your way, remember, 'tis a loathsome wretch that you face. Places his own life before honour. Such evil cannot be suffered. We're just gonna go murder a guy. What do the flying goobos look like? Like, I can't have a gooboo. Like, the only people with gooboos are the people who played the original game. But, presumably they fly. Like everything else. Look at the sorbet. Dragon bones. I want to know. Oh, Final Fantasy Reborn has been put on Amazon for like December 2024. Now, obviously, that's just a randomly placed timer, but still. News. Here we are, Naive. You're ready to deliver onto Kogarashi his reckoning. There's no room for doubt, no need for pity. Evil such as his cannot be suffered. So do what must be done to track me down. Hi, I'm Kogarashi. My God! Kogarashi, I wore this name once upon a time as I wore this Jingasa. Together with my pupil, I journeyed the length and breadth of Hingashi, hunting down evildoers. My guidance was lacking, and ere long my pupil strayed from the path. And the rest of the tale you already know. Oh, fair enough. That's a cool twist. I failed to respond to prevent his murderous rampage, but instead taking responsibility, I took flight. Instead of honourable death, I chose dishonourable life. Countless times I turned the blade upon myself, but always my courage faltered, and so I've lived to this day with my disgrace. I don't know. Feel like you probably shouldn't be murdered for that. Furthermore, I deceived you. I masqueraded as a protector of peace, paragon of virtue, when I am anything but. I spoke loftily, rendering punishment unto the wicked, when the one most deserving of it was clearly the guy who did lots of murdering. But I meant, oh, that guy, you. My punishment is long overdue. Render it unto me, Naive. Your training shall be complete. Not a happy bunny. No. Tis not your master who stands before you, but a great evil. Now come take my head, else I shall take yours. Unlike before, this is no computer game. It only ends when one of us lies dead. See, these are the things I've not been using very often. Oh no, not to illness. Not finished yet. I wanted to do the... I had to walk in to do the cool dodge. I just remembered I had. Grown, my pupil. Training shall soon be complete, I am glad. Now for my greatest test. Technique for which I earned my name. I did the violent winds. We're gonna weather the storm. Stop being so violent, winds. Who said you could be so violent? Took quite a lot of damage, yeah. Oh, do I get health from that? Maybe a bit. Yeah, we both did a big move on each other at the same time. Very samurai-like. Well done, my pupil. You've fulfilled your duty. Not a happy bunny. Final technique. Drawn it forth. Good, good. I have served my purpose. Now end it. Give this villain his punishment. Hi, Vogods, what have you done? He wanted me to. Peace, Momozigo. It was my doing. No more than I deserve. No, stop, for the love of the 12, that's enough. Killed my Muzigo instead. Excised the evil in me, have you? Solved me of my crimes. What did I cut then? I have you have become a greater samurai than I've ever dared hope. Living in shame and coming to this land, it was all worth it. I actually have no idea what I just did then. The evil in me is no more. Now I may know peace in realm yonder. No, Mususai. Oh, I did actually strike. Don't die, you can't. The time was nigh. Better than end this way now. Moments ago, every moment of a journey I cherished. It's not bad, actually. It's quite cold. Well, it's not cold. It's like... yeah, almost... yeah, it's not bad. One fewer evil afflicts the realm. Call plan for everything. We'll go on one last journey together to the promised place. Pyre. Whatever it's called, I don't know. Musupolite's blade bade me bury him here, where he could look upon the western seas. We could have taken him to Doma. Actually, I've not been there yet, but I didn't know why at first, but now I think I do. Want to watch the setting sun, watch it begin its journey to the east to Hingashi. Oh, sorry, I did Hingashi and not Doma. No doubt he wished... oh, is that the place I couldn't read the name of? He could do the same. Happy Bunny. I killed a guy today. He missed his homeland dearly, and to the last he thought his errant pupil weighed... the thought of his errant pupil weighed on his mind. Well, I suppose we should get going. Leave the Musu side to the rest. Head back to Alder. And now we have meditate, which... Now we have meditate! By facing your master in Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat! I've got, yeah. That's the final Heaven Sword one. I've already done that. Memozigo. Well, where I go, Memozigo. Does he actually already have it? Really? What? Why was there 2 level 60 quests? Oh, but I've barely... Okay. A little bit of a worry now because that's kind of awkwardly placed. What? What does it do? I thought it put that number up. Storing Kenki. And then maybe, yeah, so it boosts these here. It's kind of a shame there's not enough room for all of them, but computer games. Well, there's no reason not to do this now, right? He's wearing a sheepish look that suggests a favour's coming your way. I almost forgot to mention a woman had come calling on Mususai at the inn. Judging by appearance, she's a compatriot and a samurai. At that time, I couldn't bring myself to break the news to her, but in hindsight, perhaps it's best that it came from you anyway, seeing as you were Mususai's pupil. Visitors in front of the quicksand, you'll recognise her by her dignified air. Well, at least we're now doing a Stormblood quest. You appear to be a samurai, yet you are not of our land. May I ask who addresses me? I'm Lady Bunnington. We should be Master Musasai's pupil. Tell me, where might I find him? Is that the way of it? Words cannot express my sorrow. I had the honour of being acquainted with your master in the past. Permit me to introduce myself. I'm Miqo'te of the Sekiseigumi. Ours is the peacekeeping force of Kugane, port city in Hingashi. I journeyed across the seas hoping to meet with Master Mususai, but it seems I must settle for paying my respects. Might I trouble you to show me his resting place, the Silver Bazaar you call it? I just came back from there. I'm in your debt. Now let us away then. I'll resist the urge to sing. Oh yeah, this is the time there. It's 11:11. We've not got loads done today, but I watched One Piece with my brother. But there's always a little bit less done on Sundays. We have 6 days left, I think. Oh, the screen has just gone black. I can actually see myself perfectly mirrored on my recording OBS. So I could theoretically just, like, it's perfectly mirrored. Ooh, hello, Heisen. I should work on turning the TV back on, as I can't see shit. Unless I play here, which, I mean, there's a curious way of doing that, but I would very much prefer to just have the television. Where is the controller? 1 second. Wherever you... Oh, it's right there. It didn't even warn me it was turning it off. There we go. How have you been, Heisen? Just gotta wait for TV stuff to sort of... There we go. Actually, I didn't need to wait for that. I could literally sit there. It's Miqo'te. Look at these desperate Mongols. Is meditation working, or is it just the moves I'm already using? Or did I have to stand still to use meditation? I left battle square. Miqo'te. No mistake in your blade work, indeed. Master Miqo'te trained you. Forgive me for standing idle as you fought, but I had to make certain that you spoke the truth. Master Miqo'te seldom took on pupils, you see, but any doubt I may have harbored has been utterly dispelled. Now then, let us continue on. Bring in those noises. That. Dum 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 dum. I think I've done like 14 days is extremely generous. Where's she gone? Ah. Oh yeah, we're literally visiting the grave. Well, in my defense, like he just teleported me here last time. Didn't actually know where it was. Beautiful ocean view. He will surely be at peace here. I mean, I can't see shit right now, but yeah. As you may know, Master Miqo'te had one other people before you. Ugetsu is his name. That makes sense. Because normally it's... I mean, one time it was like 9 days. No. Did I get 30 at the start? That might be how I got through the original game. But yeah, mostly it's like 4 days. Sadly, I had to use up... I had to do a lunch. 4 of those days I couldn't use, basically. At least 4. I wanted to be in Higashi for the murder of the countless dignitaries in the Bakufu, our nation's government. Though his one in the hands that wielded the blade, Miqo'te created the killer. In the eyes of the law, he was deemed no less responsible. Samurai, he was expected to commit Sudoku in order to atone for the crime, but he refused. As a result, he was banded to grave in Higashi. But naught could be further from the truth. Master Miqo'te fled not because of he feared death. This I knew in my heart, and beholding the blade work, I know now that it was he sought to do. He wished to make amends by training a new pupil. Such was the shame he felt. Death was not sufficient determined. Nay, the only way he might know peace was to begin anew with a worthy successor who would bring him honour. Surely 10 days for 10 days, yet 10 years anniversary would make sense. I'm not complaining, but know that Ugetsu is no common killer. He's a notorious insurgent who seeks to tear down the status quo. No fewer samurai sympathise with his cause. So, in order to get what I would have, if I didn't accidentally buy the game a week before they announced the thing gets bigger, I need to get to level 70, right? I need to finish... Stormblood without paying any money. And then... But by the time I do that, they'll probably extend the bloody free time again. Notorious insurgent seeks to tear down status quo. Knows few samurai sympathise with his cause, and every day more value to his banner. For a time, cut that out, John. I was like, can I slightly scratch my nose? No, I can't. The operatives report that he has recently resurfaced in Kugane. By all indications, he's poised to strike a heavy blow against the Bakufu. There you go. Oh, it's not been added yet. Okay, then that's not so bad. So now I'm using free time I technically wouldn't have had. Okay. I still kind of like that I've not paid any money though, as I don't like paying for things. But alas, it would not be as it came to. So too, I must alone. And this means I don't burn out on the game or anything like that. I burn through. I play a lot. And I'll try like I've booked tomorrow off. Hopefully I'll try and like do a big day of it as well. Because I've not done too much during these like 9 days or however long it's been. It wasn't on. I mean, I've done 10 streams, but like some of those streams were just a couple of hours. It was an honor to meet you. You know what I mean? I've not put in like a 10-hour day. I'm not going to get to the end of Stormblood in 6 days, I can tell you that. And this is all brand new to me as well. I've been told Stormblood is not people's favourites. Obviously, that changes from person to person. So I want to go to Adventurers Guild. That's a weird decision for a main game. I did like that Ilberd actually did something important. I still maintain that it feels like Heaven's Sword sort of cancelled a bunch of storylines. It feels like they let the better writers in between the games, and that's sort of strange. I think it's more that like they don't take risks during the main game. They only take risks during... Oh, fuck, I'm walking now. Because, like, all of this was set up ages ago. Like, the entire of this plot was set up before Heaven's Sword. And then they just had to go like, oh yeah, Ilberd's still about. And he's still angry. And I have no idea why Laurinaitis is still helping Ilberd at this point. And Miqo'te, or whatever his name is. Memo. Like... You took her to see Moose's side. Doubtless he was happy to have a visitor, and one from his homeland besides. But I do like, of course, any references to Final Fantasy V. So looking forward to seeing Omega and seeing Shinryu. Won't lie, I didn't recognise Shinryu, and I should have, because it actually looks identical. Omega I did, but I like there's so many super bosses. I just didn't. I can't even remember if I fought those two when I played Final Fantasy V. I certainly would have looked, but I would have to check the footage. The wayward pupil is up to no good again, certainly worrying, but there isn't much outsiders like us can do. We can hope that Miqo'te and his comrades will triumph over Ugetsu. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, you're absurdly... It's going to take me literally years to get where you are. And Luke, presumably like a decade, because he's not even playing it. Oh, I see, you're playing the 14 days as well. I'll let you return to your business. Pay me a visit from time to time. You hear it's lonely without the old man around. Alright, that was just a bit of plot. Yeah, 63, that makes sense. What do I get for this next one? Nothing. Cool, let's do the actual plot. Hang on, is that Castrum or... No, it's Ralga's Reach. Which is probably where I actually should be. Tune 2. Oh, I can't. It would have been nice if you could like nominate the days, which means I have to do this entire goddamn walk again because I didn't see another crystal. Hey, but at least my samurai is level 60 and not 58. You're not Leshy. Oh yeah, you gotta... Mount speed is slow, right? Until you do quests. So, also, I don't know the significance of Ida not being Ida because I didn't play the original game. It feels like there's lots of dangling threads. And I quite like how they play with the dangling threads. Like, they don't forget things. like a World of Warcraft does. World of Warcraft will do things in one game and just completely fucking forget it exists. Whereas this goes, hey, remember a random item that somebody used once? Well, it's still there, and it's going to come in handy. And it's almost as if they planned you. But I don't even think they do plan things. I think they just remember things, which I guess that's sort of how One Piece works as well. Like, I think it's just the style of Japanese games in general to just remember things rather than plan. I guess. But it does also feel like Lise and Ida aren't the same person. And I know they literally just said they are, but like I've never met Ida, right? Ida's from a different game. Like... Okay. Yeah, I've heard good things about Shadowbringers. I think I heard things about... Oh, no, yeah, Shadowbringers is what I was going to say. I think people like Endwalker as well a lot, but I think Shadowbringers is... I seem to remember a lot of hype around that. I liked Heavensward though. Specifically, I enjoyed the plot thread that is, all those gods you've been fighting aren't gods. You've just been summoning, like, what people think gods are. Which I think is... and specifically, Bahamut's probably about somewhere, or dead, but like, Bahamut... None of the gods we've met are the actual, real versions of those things. And I like all that was set up again with good King Mugglemog being the foreshadowing there, and I'm assuming that's going somewhere as well. John, remember to do the crystal. Also, so they're implying that Elidibus is secretly a good monster ghost man or something. It's interesting that they canonize the some of the side stories, but not all of them. Or maybe they canonize all of them. I don't really give a fuck about the Sky Pirates though. I'm sure the Diabolos might come back because nobody in the Void can be gone forever. But like, it's sort of interesting that was a big Void storyline, but it's the Warring Triad plot that canonized. Oh yeah, that's just another world. The Void is the same as the source. Hang on. It's a little bit confusing because they do the same thing as Kingdom Hearts, where they refuse to use the term universe. So in Kingdom Hearts, everywhere's a world, and in Final Fantasy XIV, everywhere's a star, which makes at least more sense, and I appreciate it's like metaphorical language. It is slightly, yeah, but so I'm looking forward
Allow me to welcome you once more to Ralga's Reach, our humble headquarters.
But how much worse than Heavensward could it be?
My name is Conrad Kemp, and I have the dubious honor of overseeing operations here.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, as are my comrades.
There's no
Before I
Hodgefont
speak
yet.
of our purpose here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida, forgive me, Lise, and Papalimo at great risk to yourselves.
I don't have any drink. It's quite late though.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, I mean, about the mask and...
Don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, child.
Oh, it was 6 years ago.
Papalimo laid down his life to save
Oh, no,
us,
Papalimo.
to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
Because he was an ill bird.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men
Is
and women who never
Charlie
came back.
in Shadowbringers
When
then?
Monargo told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual, by Rolger it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
That is why we are here today, sir. To see that some good comes of this tragedy.
It's still going to be better than the original 60 levels, though.
On
Well, let's say
behalf of
50
the
levels, because I
Alliance,
like the
we do hereby
medieval
extend a
part of
formal
that.
offer of military assistance to the Alamegan resistance.
We're not going into a dungeon for cheese.
Do you now? Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that. So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Camp. Take all the time you require.
Now the quest is complete. That's a lot of experience. Right. Samurai. Cool. I need to figure out if I'm going to ever do the third person. I'll accept this. So it would seem we find ourselves with a surfeit of... Oh, fuck! Ah! Forgive me, you're free to look around Valga's Reach. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. It would give you a better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Kemp. Ross Kemp. I believe I'll do just that. Let us make the most of this opportunity and assess the resistance capabilities. Free to poke our noses wherever we will, eh? Like the sound of that. Nod. Well, I already know this place inside out. I can show you around if you like, Nev. Great. Let's get started. What am I thinking about? Lice pictures. Lice pictures. Lice pictures. I know it's Lise. I bet you think the resistance is mostly made of Alamegan Highlanders like me, but the truth is that we don't even account for half. We've got Hellsguard all the way from over by the spine there, and plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Nargo. There's even some Beastmen, or Beast Women, I suppose. Alright, yeah. It's always the bridge content that does all... I swear it does all the heavy lifting. Maybe... Okay. Because it's where they leave the dangling threads. Like that one over there, she's Anata, she's been with us for a while. Well, one of the smaller factions has. The rest won't have anything to do with us. I mean, I guess it's because they write the big games in advance, and so they can't really plan the bridge content. That's somebody else's job. And so, like, when they write it, they go, oh, what did they leave back here? I don't know, it's noticeable that the tone changes as soon as you start the new game. And as soon as you start the bridge content. But like, Heavensward into the bridge content wasn't as weird as Realm Reborn into the bridge. Like, that was 2 different games. So Heaven's Sword did reasonably good job of being like, okay, we're ending all these plot. Like, Nidhogg is a natural story conclusion. Like, they even left that dangling, like. But I'm like, I think the more important stuff is like the world of like the Circus Tower, and presumably the fucking Sky Pirates, maybe. Like, I don't know. No, not that one. The boy, Uncle High, whatever is, however you pronounce that. He's gonna play a part in the future. Like, it's pretty obvious, and everything to do with the Warriors of Darkness and Minfilia. They keep themselves spending all their time crafting, and Nata makes the most amazing jewellery, by the way. Because all this, I'm presuming, I think what Heavensward did, which was quite good, is it's all a gambit by the fucking ghost people again. But there's a plot, reasonably good plot, with how the dragons, the Dragon Song War, like, it was massively set up in the level 50 zone, and it paid off, and you got Shiva, and like a lot of the bridge content actually made it into that game, specifically the Shiva stuff. Moggle Mog, the fact that Moggle Mog is quite important for explaining how icons and summons actually work. It was well done. It felt like it had nothing to do with the original game, but like, they use magic to twist metals and crystals in the ship. Like, you wouldn't believe. It's a pity people hardly get to see their work. And I'm thinking, and the big twist, which they've kind of underplayed in the same way as Mogglebog, is that the Void was a real place before it fell into the Void, which I'm not sure how I feel about, because the Void is explicitly something set in Final Fantasy 3 and 5. The Void is like it's worse than darkness and worse than light. One, but I guess it's what happens when it falls out of balance. Like, because it's a Japanese concept. It's a mu, which is not the same concept as darkness. They keep to themselves, spending all their time crafting and I'm sorry, I have to be right. They keep to themselves, spending all of their time crafting, and Nata makes the most amazing jewellery, by the way. They use magic to twist metals and crystals into shapes you wouldn't believe. It's pity people hardly ever get to their work, but most of them don't even know they exist. That's enough about them. Let's take a quick closer look at the statue of Ralga, shall we? Yeah, I know I was talking about something, but let's stop faffing and actually get some shit done. What, there? Oh, there's a bridge. Has anyone ever used these chocolate cubes? Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The breaker of worlds who guided our ancestors to these lands all those centuries ago. Ada used to tell me the story on stormy nights. She wanted me to understand, to remember. At the end of the 5th astral era, when the waters rose higher and higher, people all across Eorzea beseeched the heavens for a sign, and a burning star appeared in the eastern sky and led the way to these mountains of Gir Albania. They who were saved by his grace pledged in honor to revere him, devote themselves to the great works without him. What's that? That's a meteor. It's a star. A storm of blood approaches fast, hell's open heavens weep. For no one soul doth lie beyond the measures of his reach. At last part is inscribed on the stone by a monk on the fist of Ralka. Ida explained to me, a day will come bringing strife and sorrow, and none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, and in quiet preparation make strong the body and mind. I don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I have to believe that everything we've been through, everything that's led us to this point, will see us through to the end. Sorry, that was all a bit melodramatic, wasn't it? Let's keep moving, shall we? Off to the infirmary. So one thing I did not expect to be canalized in this game is jumping between worlds. And I know that's literally a thing in Final Fantasy 3 and 5 and Tactics. But I don't know, it's usually like just monsters that go through the void. I don't know why I was like, oh, we already know it goes into the water. This is the infirmary, as you can probably tell. This where the resistant healers patch up the wounded and tend to the sick. No matter how carefully we planned our operations, casualties were inevitable. Sad thing to think about, but it's also important to remember the cost Comrade would say. We should go and I'll show you the E80 Plaza next. I've already been there. When you've seen one E80, you've seen more, right? Not quite. This one's an older design dating back... It kind of does look like the other ones. Dating back decades when the Fist of Rag was still here. It may look a little different, but it works just as well as any other. I'll show you where the sutlers are next. Don't forget to attune to the infrared before we go. I did that first. Thank you very much. Arms, armor, potions, you name it, these folk got it. Resistance would be in a bad way without brave merchants to keep it provisioned. If you're short on anything, you need to something repaired. These are the people to speak to. Afano and Alice are here. Why don't we see how they're getting on? Right, we have a new turban that probably won't work on me. But no, but it almost puts me up to those two. I mean, I bought a bunch of stuff right before starting it, so. Something for the archer, lovely. And the dancer. I mean, I guess it's efficient that I'm doing two people at once. Beg your pardon, John. You know what I mean? Come to take the measure of our friendly neighbourhood merchants. They're a bold lot, but much is plain. If the Imperials find out they were peddling their wares to the Resistance, they would be lucky to escape with their lives. It is a gamble I admire their courage, but their motives could hardly be said to be altruistic. Here you are. I've been looking all over for you. Weren't you injured? We finished discussing your proposal. We were ready to receive you back at the tent. Sent someone to face Ishtola Kryl. I've suddenly forgotten how to pronounce the name. So if you'd like to follow me.
thank you all for waiting. We have reached a consensus. I, Conrad Kemp, do hereby accept the Eorzean Alliance's proposal. You must understand, however, that our cooperation comes with certain caveats.
Those caveats being...
I take no joy in this, just so you know. Were it within my power, I'd offer you more assistance. But the Resistance is far more fragmented than you realize. The men and women in my care belong to but one of many factions.
Are we to
Simply put,
unite all the factions?
I can only speak for the people of Rolga's Reach. Now, I have every intention of appealing to the others, and I expect many will agree. But it will take time, and I cannot guarantee universal support.
Understood. I shall see that the Alliance is under no misapprehensions as to your position.
I like the music.
Much obliged. But that's not the whole of it. As you can imagine, the loss of those who cast their lot with the Griffin left us short on numbers. Some of our most trusted veterans died at the wall, and we've had to fill their posts with the young and inexperienced. Frankly, everything's in a right bloody mess.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to help you get back on your feet. If we're going to work together, we'll be doing ourselves a favor.
Well, there's no shortage of work to be done, that's for sure. We're in dire need of new blood, too.
Ishtola and I could lend a hand in the infirmary. From what I saw, they could do with a few more healers.
Very well. I, for my part, shall return to the Rising Stones. I'm certain there are others among the Scions who would welcome the opportunity to fight for Alamegan liberation.
Is there anything else we can do to help?
I had something else in mind for you lot. Monargo and Mefrid will tell you more.
Why doesn't Oriange use his new costume?
Understood. We won't let you down.
Well, it's yeah. They had all the British actors because, like, if anything's vaguely medieval, it just sounds really weird with American accents. I take it you listen with Japanese accents. But yeah, everyone has their long boots and shorts on in a way that wouldn't suit any real medieval setting. I also love that everyone in Ishgard has like long, very long gloves and very long boots on. And she's kind of an exception, to be honest. Right then, Monargo and Mefrid are to be our keepers. Knowing not of what they require, one task as good as the other. Make a choice, Naive. Give me my hat. Yes, I've already used the ether compass. 2 quests. Familiar face forgotten. Oop. Oh yeah, I did like that the fake Griffin was the guy you met. Like they may have cheated. Oh crap. Well, you see, no, I don't remember you. Let's turn off the auto thing. Twas a lifetime ago. No need to apologise. But know that down in Cornwall, we didn't forget you and all the lives you've saved. Okay, yeah, specifically Mefrid's from that quest I'm referencing. Where you save someone's life, you get. No, I don't remember the quest. All I remember is that you had to save somebody's life, and that's how you get to talk to Gunderbold. And like when they revealed that Ida is Lys, they're like, yeah, you helped us out. Like, I know who you are. And I'm like, you did it out your own heart. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I specifically did it so I could talk to Gunderbolt. That was the plot at the time. I have not forgotten that game. I've done very little altruistically. It's always in a chain, and I've not forgotten that chain. Yeah, I think... Yeah, the referencing. And... So I like they're doing this. Like, they only really started doing this post Realm Reborn. Like when they brought back Laurinaitis and brought back Winfred. Poor stupid Winfred, or whatever his name was. As for me, I went to Little Alamigo while Galleon was recovering. Gunderbold was my former commander and an old friend. I had a lot on my mind. In the end, I decided to disband our unit to tell the men to live their lives as they saw fit. Some chose to remain in Little Alamigo, others went to Older for work. And as you can see, I chose to come back to Gear, Albania, and join Conrad and the others. Get busy since then, ferrying people and the provisions across the border. Back, it's not been easy, but it's been fulfilling. Today, however, we'll be heading back east into the peaks. Conrad thinks we might have luck finding new recruits in the village of Alagana. Alaganda? You're going there? You're taking me with you? That's right. You're from Alagana, aren't you? Lise. By all means, we'll welcome the company. There'll be more to it than just asking around. I am struggling a little bit because it's approaching 12. How long have I been streaming? 4 hours. That would explain it. But I'll go a little bit longer. We can see about it on the way. Making preparations to meet me by the tunnels to the bigs. It'd be nice to get the level 60 quests done. I don't know. I barely started them, to be honest, though. We spent a lot of time faffing 2 quests. Yes, bedtime reminder. Yes, I know. We want this. Accept. Friend in need is a friend indeed. Before we begin, I'd like to thank you and the Scions again for patching me up. After I bled all over your floor, I owe you my life, and I won't forget that. Oh, I didn't do that, it was someone else. Furthermore, it was rude of me to run off without saying a word. It's all well and good me claiming my duties. He couldn't wait, but a parting thank you was the least I could deserve. My apologies. Happy Bunny. And thank you now to business. Commander Kemp's entrusted me with a formal reply and hand-delivered to the Alliance leadership. It covers everything we discussed, as well as detailing the disposition of our forces. What I need is an escort, 1 or 2 men at most, so we can make it to this wall swiftly and without attracting undue attention. Very well, I shall join you in this. General Alden commands the forces at Castrum Oriens. It should be simple enough to see it in his hands. Great. It's just what I wanted to hear. When you're ready to depart, meet me. The path leading out of the Reach. I'm not sure how long I'll be able to go. But we've gotten the faff out of the way, though. And it looks like we should be able to get Samurai to level 61. I don't know if we're going to be able to bring all 3 of these subclasses up. But in that case, I will concentrate on Bard. But I thought it'd be nice to have the Samurai for this particular questline. Tunnels will take us all the way to the peaks. We're on a mission from Conrad to Alagana. Clear the barricade if you would. Yes, I think a lot of games have that issue though. I shouldn't take more than a moment. The more villages than are out there, but also Imperials keeping close eye on things. We need to tread carefully. So, there's a 10-hour video. One of my favourite YouTubers, a guy called Noah Noah Cadwell Gervais, and at first I thought, because his first Fallout review, Fallout 1, is from like 10 years ago, and the audio is shit. Like, he's not an editing guy, he's not a equipment guy, he's just a really good writer. He's a poet, it's a voice of a poet. But it's not just a remaster, he's rewritten all the reviews, so he's reviewed all the Fallouts up till like 76 and all the tiny things. Anyway, in that video, and because I'm familiar with the plot of Fallout, there's a village. The very first village you go to is essentially the tutorial village. You leave the Vault 13, you find this village, you go kill some rats, you do some very basic quests, and then you move on. You're breadcrumbed to the next area. But you don't get the good ending for that village unless you visit that village again halfway through the game for no reason. Because life has moved on. Somebody gets kidnapped, and like there's no reason for you to ever go back, but if you do, that's the only way to get the good ending. And the game is timed. People hate that the game is timed, but like Fallout 1, you have like a 100-day timer, otherwise your village will die. So you are massively discouraged from exploring, but if you do explore, you're rewarded for it. And things like that. Things that aren't necessarily good ideas, because like, but like, Fallout 1's so short as well, because it's only like 10 hours long. Like all the places have little things like, and like some places are clearly built better than other places. There are broken and unfinished quests. It is a game from 1997, but like something like specifically in that game, the armor, the famous Fallout armor, is like a symbolically like the technology that destroyed the world. That's what the brothers. And in '76, it's like, hey, spend real world cash on this armor. But that's a different thing altogether. The thing about this guy's review, he clearly liked all the Fallouts. So like I'm biased massively towards the first two, more the first one than anything. So anyone who compliments the first game, big fan. But like he really does. He's very good at looking at finding the fun in the games and just being drawn to those things. And not, it's a different experience. But it's, again, like One Piece live action, like One Piece anime is still there. The One Piece manga is there for those purists as well. It hasn't deleted them. And the people who will only ever watch the live action One Piece will never ever watch the anime anyway. So you don't have to worry about those folks. There are people in this world that'll watch that live action and then watch the anime afterwards, and it's worth it for that. Anyway, I bounced several points into something new. I guess the actual point we were talking about was, it's you go back to places and they're dead, and they're just in stasis forever. I don't know how you solve that, especially with an MMO, because it's exponentially bigger every single time. Like a Fallout is a very short game and it's a curated experience. Yeah. So I don't know why I was trying to figure that out, as if like I could go, hang on, seasonal events is a way of doing it. Like, it's nice that you go to hubs and there's all these people there, because they always hang out at the hubs. It's just 70% cat women, but still, it's always sad in MMOs when you find like hubs that have been abandoned, and you just have to build it in such a way that there's always some reason to keep going back. More villages out there. Imperials keep it on coastline. They need to tread carefully. Yeah, her arm is especially weird. Like all the way through the game, she's been wearing these these metal boots for knights and doing kung fu in them. But now it's the combination of like metal boots, shorts. Well, actually, it's just the metal boots. The shorts sort of actually do go with the rest of the garb. But where am I going? Because are they in two different directions? No, they're not. What's that? That's got a Okay, I hope it's not a Lev Met, because I'm not touching those. Because they're all shit. Just remove them from your game. Nobody does them anymore. Nobody's XP starved enough to ever do one of them. Nobody's content starved to ever do a Lev Met. Sort it out. All these side... Actually, do I ever pick up side quests? Do side quests even exist? Yeah, you're doing one right now. I have, you know, a woman named Miqo'te. So I was going to compare it to Final Fantasy 16. Miqo'te's my niece, lest you wonder, she's told me much more about you in her letters. And my man is Olga Ironheart at your service. I'm an explorer, like most climb niece, bade me share your knowledge accumulated here. Lend me your log. I hope this isn't something that got added later on. Nah, it's probably only going to hit at level 70. Definitely there. Is this a new feature? Yeah. They do that in Final Fantasy 16 as well. I'm just thinking... explosive technical fire, my dearest to my heart. So specifically, my issues are at level 60. I had to ignore a bunch of quests because I was trying to only do the quests that are available during the patch. And not all the ones that were added later. Just so I... so I could have the stream speed those activities. Beauties. I'm not going to read this out loud. Reading this to myself though. Oh, it's the sightseeing log. Okay, fair enough. I'm probably never going to do that, I won't lie, but I do like the idea of it. They're still better than Lev Mets. Got everything you need? Good, let us be off. What, am I supposed to be going in two different directions at once? No, it looks like... Yeah, one's to the peaks and one's to the fringes. You know what? Heaven's Ward did this as well, didn't it? They just did it in a subtly different way. Viewing stones. Wait, I know all the other places. I've seen Gashi and Othard. Oh. Yes. Okay, I'll try to remember. It might be literally years before I see that, though. Also, now I know Alice is not getting killed anytime soon. Not that that would have happened anyway. Right, hear that? It was a Cerulean engine backfiring. Imperials. Ye gods, you have preternatural senses. So one issue I worry about going into this is that the main enemy is the fucking army again. Like, I like the idea of the Empire being a thing that is over there. We've only ever fought the armies. But, yeah. But like, it just means, it's like, yay, we get to fight those fucking tanks again. Yay, it's just dudes. And with the dragons, we got to fight dragons. When you grow up hunting in these lands, I'm sure they add a bunch of cool stuff as well. I'm pretty sure there's spider tanks in you. You learn to discern the sounds from what could mean life and death, be they predator or patrol. From what I'm hearing, we have a 7-man patrol augmented with magnetic armor. Wide such pattern divided into 3 teams. I don't think they know that we're here. It's risky, we should split up and try and take them all by surprise at the same time. Don't knock on the reinforces. Let's go to the stuff. Head north, you should see them long before they see you. I'll head to the ones at the south. The army should just be to the west. I am best equipped to deal with that. Attack at 5. Should be enough time to get into position rendezvous in the west bank after the quest. So then, good luck. There's a spider. It's a fopper. Or fopper. Okay. I assume I have to stand. Okay, I've lost my meditate. Oh, yeah. I'm taking quite a lot of damage. Possibly because I was just standing in a stupid place. I think I should sleep. I do not know. Probably something in here. Dynamic resolution. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I'm going to turn this up. Right, I'm going to turn it back down. On the computer. But I remember I had to turn it up for this game. Right. I'm not very far in yet, but I've been the John Struck. I've been having a Stormblood adventure. Thank you very much for watching. Now I'm gonna go sleep, but I will play. I've booked tomorrow off because there was a staff party on Friday, and I always book the week off just in case I do something embarrassing. Because I haven't booked a day off in ages. Yes. No, that. I'm still here. Hang on, Snell. We've got to disappear the job. There we go. Farewell. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.